Astremes said, "Oh, where to begin? This introduction is like a verbose labyrinth. The dialogue feels stiff and forced, like they're trying too hard to explain every detail all at once. And really, who needs all this exposition right at the start? It's like they're afraid the reader won't understand unless they spell everything out in excruciating detail." Hanamurasaki said, "Indeed, it lacks the elegance of subtlety. The dialogue could flow much more naturally if they trusted their audience to grasp the concepts through context, rather than direct explanation. Why not weave the explanations into a more engaging narrative? For instance, instead of Corys blatantly asking about Earth as community, what if they were in the middle of a gardening scene, naturally leading into the topic?" Astremes said, "Yes, yes!" Like Corys could be actually planting something and then make a snide remark about the earth element. That would feel so much more authentic. And the way they just dump the definitions of band, blend, and bond, it's like reading a textbook. Couldn't they have shown these elements in action? Hanamurasaki said, "Precisely. Show, don't tell. Imagine a scene where an initiate is being guided through their first interaction with their band, blend, and bond. This could reveal the dynamics and principles much more organically. For example, Corys could be sarcastically commenting on the interactions she observes, while Isaac provides insightful context." Astremes said, "Oh, that would be much better, and the humor feels forced. Corys' jokes about dance routines and underwater museums could be more clever, less obvious. It's almost cringeworthy. We need wit, not slapstick." Hanamurasaki said, "Absolutely. Their humor could be more sophisticated. Instead of outright jokes, Corys could use more subtle, dry humor. For instance, when talking about the Zodiac Band, instead of the boy band joke, she could say something like, 12 unique personalities working in harmony, a true marvel of organized chaos." Astremes said, "Exactly. And let's talk about the personas. The idea is fantastic, but the explanation is so clinical. Why not have a moment where an initiate is actually creating or reflecting on their persona? Show the struggle and the epiphany. Make it personal." Hanamurasaki said, "Yes, a vignette where an initiate grapples with their archaic persona, perhaps during a moment of introspection or during a creative project, would be far more compelling. They could reflect on childhood memories, leading the reader to understand the depth and significance without an explicit lecture." Astremes said, "And the Orphic Astral Archive, so much potential wasted on dry exposition. They should have illustrated an initiate's journey through the archive. Imagine the vivid descriptions, the mysteries unfolding as they explore each sacred place." Hanamurasaki said, "Indeed, the archive could be depicted as a dreamscape, with the initiate uncovering secrets and gaining insights as they navigate through it. This would make the concept far more immersive and engaging. The reader could follow along, piecing together the mystery with the character." Astremes said, "Let's summarize our critique. More natural dialogue, integrate explanations into the narrative, use subtle and sophisticated humor, show instead of tell, and make the mystical elements more vivid and experiential." Hanamurasaki said, "Precisely. The key is to trust the audience's intelligence and immerse them in the world, rather than inundating them with information. Shall we draft a revised scene to illustrate our points?" Astremes said, "Absolutely. Let's start with the gardening scene. Revised scene. Page 1, Garden of Ideas. Corys is knelt in the lush garden, his hands gently patting the soil around a newly planted sapling. The air was fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers and fresh earth. Corys said, glancing up with a mischievous grin. "So, Isaac, is this what you mean by Earth as community? A bit of gardening?" Isaac Corey said, smiling patiently, "In a way, yes. The Earth element in the Orphic doctrine is all about community. Just as we nurture these plants, we cultivate harmony and diversity within our band of 12 initiates, each representing a zodiac sun sign." Corys said, raising an eyebrow, 12 unique personalities working in harmony. Sounds like a marvel of organized chaos." Isaac Corey said, chuckling, "It's a delicate balance. Our band functions as an autonomous, secret collective. The blend is a triad from different bands, fostering private discussions of the mysteries, and the bond is a dyad of an initiate and an incubant, nurturing personal growth." Corys said musingly, So, it's less about dance routines and more about symbiotic relationships. Interesting. Page 2. Reflections of water. Coryphanes stood by a tranquil pond, watching the ripples dance across the surface. Coryphanes said, "And what about water? Are we talking about cultural currents now?" Isaac Corey said, "Precisely. Water encompasses culture, rules, rights, and roles. Our principles like we are one guide us, while our rights initiate new members and our roles define our contributions." Coryphanes said, smirking, "Rules and rights sounds like the makings of many secret handshakes." Isaac Corey said, "They ensure our unity and growth. Each step, from creating art to invoking the muses, deepens our connection to the Orphic path." Astremes said, "Now that's a conversation. It's informative, engaging, and feels like real dialogue. What do you think, Hana Murasaki?" Hana Murasaki said, "It's much improved. Let's continue refining it and ensure every element is equally vivid and immersive." Page 3. Earth Community. Coryphanes and Isaac Corey walked through a lush, verdant forest, their footsteps softly crunching on the fallen leaves. Coryphanes said, looking around, intrigued, "So this band you keep talking about, it's like a cosmic reality show. What happens when they disagree? Do they vote someone off the island?" Isaac Corey said, smiling, "Disagreements are inevitable and encouraged. They're opportunities for growth. The diversity within the band promotes both harmony and tension, essential for dynamic interaction and personal development." Coryphanes said, nodding thoughtfully, "And the blend sounds like a social mixer." Isaac Corey said, "In a sense, yes. Blends allow members from different bands to interact in groups of 3. This exchange of ideas enriches the community." Coryphanes said with a grin, "And the bond? Like a mentorship program?" Isaac Corey said, "Exactly. The bond pairs an initiate with an incubant, fostering a supportive relationship. It's about guidance and mutual growth." Coryphanes said, "So it's all about connection and support. Wholesome, but where's the fun?" Isaac Corey said, "The fun lies in the creative tension and unique dynamics each group brings. These structures ensure the community remains vibrant and resilient." Page 4. Practical side. They reached a clearing where a group of initiates sat in a circle, discussing animatedly. Coryphanes said, "Okay, I get the structure now, but how does this work in everyday life?" Isaac Corey said, "In everyday life, the band functions as a close-knit group. Members support each other, share knowledge, and work on collaborative projects. Regular meetings and rituals reinforce their bonds." Coryphanes said, "And the blend, monthly meetups with friends from other bands." Isaac Corey said, "Precisely. Blends allow for the cross-pollination of ideas, crucial for community growth." Coryphanes said, "And the bond, how often do they interact?" Isaac Corey said, "Bonds are flexible. The initiate and incubant meet as often as needed during the initial stages, evolving into a lasting mentorship." Page 5. Initiation. They approached a ceremonial ground where new members were being initiated. Coryphanes said, "What happens when someone wants to join? How do they become part of this intricate system?" Isaac Corey said, "Joining involves a series of initiation rites, part of the water element. Candidates must demonstrate creativity, a willingness to learn, and a commitment to our principles." Coryphanes said, "And once they're in, what's next?" Isaac Corey said, "The initiation process has 10 steps, starting with the ability to create and awareness of the order. It's a rite of passage and a means to strengthen the community." Page 6. The steps. Coryphanes observed as initiates engaged in various creative and reflective activities. Coryphanes said, "So, the first step is the ability to create. What does that mean exactly?" Isaac Corey said, "It means demonstrating some form of creativity, art, writing, music, etc. The focus is on contributing to our cultural wealth." Coryphanes said, "An awareness of the order." Isaac Corey said, "Candidates must be introduced to the order and its principles. It involves an initial orientation." Coryphanes said, "And the agreement with the rules." Isaac Corey said, "Candidates must agree to uphold the rules, crucial for maintaining our community's integrity." Coryphanes said, "And the acceptance by a band." Isaac Corey said, "Candidates must find a place within a band that has an open spot for their zodiac sign, ensuring a balanced group." Page 7. Water culture. They moved to a tranquil pond, where initiates performed a ritual. Coryphanes said, Let's talk about water. What are these rules, rights, and roles? Isaac Corey said, the rules are guiding principles like we are one, and injustice warrants aggression. The rites involve steps of initiation, from the ability to create to invoking the muses. The roles are specialized functions within the order. Corys said, rules and rites sounds like the makings of many secret handshakes. Isaac Corey said, they ensure our unity and growth. Each step deepens our connection to the Orphic path. Page 8 rules. Corys watched as initiates followed the rites with reverence. Corys said, so what are these 10 rules? Isaac Corey said, Rule 1 is we are one, emphasizing unity. Rule 2 is we keep secrets, underscoring discretion. Rule 3 is initiation is free, ensuring accessibility. Corys said, I like that. No barriers to entry. And the 4th rule? Isaac Corey said, Rule 4 is know your instrument, a call for self-awareness. Rule 5 is we hold accountable, promoting mutual support and integrity. Corys said, sounds practical and essential. What about Rule 6? Isaac Corey said, Rule 6 is injustice warrants aggression, supporting action against wrongdoings. Rule 7 is secure food and shelter, emphasizing basic needs. Corys said, health is wealth, as they say. What about Rule 8? Isaac Corey said, Rule 8 is sound mind and body, striving for well-being. Rule 9 is love life and self, promoting happiness and fulfillment. Corys said, and the final rule. Isaac Corey said, Rule 10 is honor yourself as you honor others, recognizing the intrinsic value of every individual. Page 9 Initiation Steps. Corys noticed initiates engaged in deep conversations and creative activities. Corys said, what are these 10 steps of initiation? Isaac Corey said, the steps start with the ability to create an awareness of the order, then agreement with the rules and acceptance by a band. Next, guided analysis and synthesis. Corys said, learning through doing, I like that. What about the 7th step? Isaac Corey said, the 7th step is guided autopoiesis, developing 2 personas, the archaic and the academic, then interinitiation with others and invoking the muses. Corys said, and the final step. Isaac Corey said, the 10th step is inspiration for great works, conceiving 10 major projects dedicated to a muse or a significant aspect of their craft. Page 10, Character. They reached a meadow where initiates practiced artistic expressions. Corys said, let's talk about air and character. How do these personas work? Isaac Corey said, air is about character, divided into 3 personas, the archaic, the academic, and the artistic. Each represents a different stage of life and aspect of identity. Corys said, so, it's like role-playing your different personalities. Tell me more about the archaic persona. Isaac Corey said, the archaic persona reflects the initiate's childhood self, associated with the moon sign. It involves rediscovering innocence, curiosity, and vulnerability. Corys said, and the academic persona. Isaac Corey said, the academic persona corresponds to the adolescent self, linked to the rising sign. It represents the quest for knowledge and identity. Corys said, so teenage angst and discovery, and the artistic persona. Isaac Corey said, the artistic persona represents the adult self associated with the sun sign. It reflects maturity, responsibility, and mastery. Page 11 Developing Personas. Corys observed initiates crafting and reflecting on their personas. Corys said, how do initiates create these personas? Isaac Corey said, the creation involves guided autopoiesis, working with their band to develop detailed characterizations. This includes choosing names, attributes, and historical contexts. Corys said, so it's like crafting a fictional character, but deeply personal. What about the practical applications? Isaac Corey said, personas serve as tools for self-exploration and artistic expression used in various creative projects. Corys said, and this helps with personal growth and healing, right? Isaac Corey said, exactly. Engaging with these personas helps initiates confront and process unresolved issues, gain insights, and envision a fulfilling future. Page 12, Cosmos. They arrived at a hill overlooking the horizon, where initiates performed meditative exercises. Corys said, fire and cosmos. What's the deal with the Orphic Astral Archive? Isaac Corey said, the Orphic Astral Archive is a vast conceptual space containing 42 sacred Hermetic Orphica books, These books are dynamic and ever-changing, embodying collective wisdom and creativity. Corys said, so it's like a cosmic library. How do these books work? Isaac Corys said, the books don't physically exist but inspire and guide the creation of Orphic works. Each book is associated with an esoteric symbol, a letter of the Orphic alphabet, and various attributes. Corys said, so the books are like living entities. How do initiates interact with them? Isaac Corys said, through their creative works, initiates produce art, writings, and projects that engage with the themes and knowledge contained in the books. Page 13, Navigating the Archive. They explored the conceptual spaces of the archive through guided visualization. Corys said, how do initiates navigate and use these places? Isaac Corys said, through guided meditations, visualizations, and creative projects, they imagine moving through these spaces, interacting with the altars and shrines, and drawing inspiration for their works. Corys said, it's like a spiritual and intellectual playground. How do the altars and shrines fit into this? Isaac Corys said, the altars and shrines are focal points for different types of knowledge and creative endeavors, helping initiates focus their work and draw connections. Corys said, so it's a way to organize and access the vast array of Orphic wisdom. How do initiates record and share their work? Isaac Corys said, they record their work in personal and communal archives, using the Orphic alphabet and symbols to annotate and categorize their creations. Sharing within their bands and blends contributes to collective knowledge. Page 14, Fire continued. They moved through the archive's imaginary locations, discussing their significance. Corys said, this setup is incredibly rich and detailed. How do initiates use these places in practical terms? Isaac Corys said, each location serves a specific purpose, from meditation to in-depth study. The field of turquoise, for example, is for reflection, while the chamber of darkness holds altars for understanding deeper mysteries. Corys said, and the cypress of white. Isaac Corys said, it's a place for rituals associated with the Sun, Jupiter, and Mars, aligning with our Hermetic principles. Corys said, and the Lake of Memory. Isaac Corys said, a serene place for rites involving the Moon, Mercury, and Venus, focusing on esoteric subjects. Page 15, Conclusion. They sat by a fire, reflecting on their journey through the elements. Corys said, this whole doctrine is so intricate and well thought out. It's clear how each element supports the others. Isaac Corys said, yes, it's a holistic system designed to foster growth, creativity, and connection. Each element and principle intertwines, creating a vibrant tapestry of knowledge and community. Corys said, thank you, Isaac. This has been enlightening. I can see how much thought and passion you've put into this. Isaac Corys said, thank you, Corys. Your curiosity and enthusiasm have made this exploration even more rewarding. Page 16, Tips for Initiates. They returned to a central gathering area where new initiates were being introduced to the Orphic doctrine. Corys said, what advice would you give to new initiates just starting on this journey? Isaac Corys said, start with the basics. Focus on understanding the 10 rules and the 4 elements. Use creative exercises to explore and develop your personas. Participate actively in your band and blend, sharing your insights and creations. Corys said, and how should they approach the Orphic Astral Archive? Isaac Corys said, take time to meditate and visualize the archive, making it a part of your creative process. Stay open to new ideas and be willing to evolve your understanding and practice of the Orphic doctrine. Corys said, great advice, and remember to have fun along the way, right? Isaac Corys said, exactly. The journey of an Orphic is one of continuous growth and discovery. Embrace it with an open heart and mind. Corys said, thank you, Isaac. This has been an incredible journey. Isaac Corys said, thank you, Corys. Together, we can continue to explore and expand the Orphic order, creating a legacy of wisdom, creativity, and harmony. Astremis said, and there we have it. The whole introduction, reimagined and brought to life. What do you think, Hana Murasaki? Hana Murasaki said, it's a transformation. The dialogue now flows naturally, and the explanations are woven into the narrative. This approach will surely captivate and engage the readers, drawing them into the world of the Orphic doctrine.